Good evening, Michael. Good evening, everyone out there. Uh, the Off the Post
Good evening.
podcast back on Monday. We weren't in last week because of the England internationals, and we're going to touch lightly on that. Then we're going to talk about the weekend's football. So let's start with the England games. Very disappointing. We lost to Italy and drew 3-0 with Germany. What did you think of the games, Mike?
The Italy game was diabolical.
Yeah, it was terrible.
There was
Hi, Dan.
nothing about us. Not one thing like going forwards. We just look. I just don't know if he knows his best team, his best formation.
No, you definitely don't. You definitely. I don't think we're going to be. I don't think we're going to do any good in this World Cup coming up. I don't think we should take Gareth Southgate. I don't think he's the man for the job anymore for some reason. We won that. We won that. Sorry, we didn't win, did we? It was 3-3. So we haven't won a game in about 7 games now. And yeah, it's very disappointing. Harry Maguire, he don't go to the World Cup for me either. He was absolutely useless against Germany. Yes, Dan, we're going to get on to that. We're going to talk about them games just in a sec. We're just touching on last week's internationals, and then we're going to go in and talk about the North London derby and the Manchester derby, and talk about the other games as well.
To be fair, with he's got to go to the World Cup now.
Who?
Southgate.
No way. Why would he? Why would you take him?
Who are you going to get in now?
Sorry?
No one in now. Who are you going to get in to take over him now?
There's loads of managers that ain't got and I don't buy the fact that some people say, "Oh, we want a English manager." We've had foreign managers before. I mean, there's Maurizio Pochettino, there's Arsene Wenger, even there's a load. I mentioned it before. Marcelo Bielsa, another good manager. Zinedine Zidane, good manager. I think any
what you've got to think.
Any successful manager. Hey?
Go on, carry on.
Yeah, no, I just mentioned a few off the top of my head that I would take instead of Southgate. I would sack Southgate and get another manager for that World Cup, because I don't think we're going to get anywhere with Southgate in charge.
A lot of the managers you just mentioned, they're club managers. They're not.
Yeah. Every manager's a club manager before he gets the international job.
Yeah, I know, but with an international job now, you cannot put someone in charge of the international team without playing any games from now until the World Cup. His first game will be a World Cup game.
Yeah, but you can still have like time with the players. Obviously there's a camp. They train. You've got a week or so to train for that first game. You get other players like that. It's easy. No, it's easy, mate. What about when a new manager goes to a new team, but he has his first game there?
Yeah, but he doesn't change much.
I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. There's so many teams that have had a new manager bounce.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that they have the bans because they're trying to prove something. But being a manager and being able to pick a team and a squad from players that you don't know personally, you've never met personally.
Yeah.
Hard to do that.
Yeah, you can. I could pick a squad, an England squad, and take them players, because I've watched them play. I've seen them play. I know what they play like. It'd be sort of. Hang on 1 second, Mike. Sorry.
I get what he's saying, but for me, not introduce a manager and say, go to the World Cup as your first game.
Yeah.
Yes, he can pick a squad. Getting to know the players like how they play their best football, you need to know them more on a personal sort of level. You're saying now, what is it? Time? So you're going to have Bielsa, whoever, for 4 games.
I was just thinking of some good managers, Mike. You can't tell me that Bielsa's not a good manager. Pochettino's not a good manager. Zidane's not a good manager.
They are.
You know, I want to take, and we're talking about players as well. You know the players because you watch them. You watch them every week. Like you watch the football every week, or you watch Match of the Day, and you know how these players play because you see it. You can use your own eyes. You know what I mean? And if you're a coach,
but seeing from your eyes and actually getting to know the players during training, knowing what makes them tick, is completely different.
Yeah, mate. All right. Well, you got a valid point, but I think I have as well on that.
Yeah, no, but I do think Southgate after the World Cup. I think Southgate does go.
Well, he'll go because they won't get anywhere with him. They won't get out of the group, in my opinion. They won't get out of the group, and then they'd have to sack him then, wouldn't they? So Dan says Aki over Maguire for the World Cup. Nathan Aki. Anyone over Maguire, Dan, to be honest. Conor Cody, even anyone. Anyone over him.
Nathan Aki's Dutch.
Oh, Nathan Aki's Dutch.
He plays for Holland.
Oh, does he? I should have. So was that a trick question? Dan, did you try and trick me there?
Aki's a better player than Maguire, to be fair.
Yeah. Right.
But
so
as I said, it depends. When Southgate needs to pick what he's playing, if he's going to play 3 at the back, players that are comfortable with 3 at the back.
I don't like 3 at the back. I never have.
I don't mind him.
I like to have a back 4, old school back 4, 2 centre backs and 2 full backs, and you solid defenders, mate. So have solid defenders doing that. It's because when you've got that back 3, and then sometimes it's a back 5, because then your wingers turn into wing backs, and if you ain't got wing backs that can defend, it leaves you light. I think it really does. So anyway, let's get into the results over the weekend. This I know we done a video and we done one on Saturday morning, didn't we? And done a little predictions. I can't remember what I predicted. I didn't write them down. But before we talk about the Arsenal game and the Man United game yesterday, let's talk about the results for the other games. Bournemouth and Brentford was 0-0. No surprises there, really. But I did fancy Brentford, I think, if I remember rightly. I would have gone for Brentford. Yeah, Palace, Chelsea, 2-1 to Chelsea. Good solid win there for Chelsea. The scorers.
Did you see? Sorry, did you see Thiago's handball?
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch Match of the Day. No, I missed it.
Oh my gosh! Watch it.
Okay.
How he's not given a red card for that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He was given a yellow. Went to VAR. They agreed with him.
Are they what?
And VAR agreed with it. Yellow card.
Yeah.
It was a deliberate handball. The attacker was going through on goal. He was probably about 30 yards out. He was going through. So how they got away with that, Chelsea?
Yeah. Well, Aubameyang scored. Aubameyang got his first. I think that's his first goal for the club, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Who else scored for Chelsea? It was Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, and
Eduardo they put Palace 1-0 up. So that was, decent game, I suppose. I mean, Newcastle beat Fulham 4-1. I mean, no surprises there, really.
Red card killed that game.
Yeah, red card, yeah. Who got sent off? Let me just double check.
Chalobah.
Oh, Chalobah got sent off, yeah. And there was another red card in the at the weekend as well, which was good news for Arsenal, really. Liverpool-Brighton, very surprising score there, 3-3.
What game?
What's it say? I missed
personally,
the live stream, so sorry. I was at my match. We had a good game. I played striker. We were 4-1 down, but got 3 late goals in the last 5 minutes. Oh, well done. Well
yeah,
done, Dan. Yeah, so that would have been an interesting. I didn't watch match of the day. I was out, so I didn't get home till late, and I didn't watch that. But
again, on that game, I personally think Jurgen Klopp took that game way too easy.
yeah,
He
I hope it
dropped
takes us
obviously
easy.
Diaz, played that Carvalho, Henderson started. It was a decent team, but Harvey Elliott's been one of their main men so far.
Yeah.
In midfields, he was on the bench. Obviously, Firmino up front, Salah up front.
Yeah.
I think they look a bit suspect at the back this season.
Salah don't look on form either. He looks like a different player without Mane.
Yeah,
Doesn't he?
He scored 3 goals again this week. He hasn't scored one. He never scored one.
No.
No. Score 3 goals.
When they scored all them goals the other week,
he
didn't get one of them either.
Yeah. You think if they've got 3 goals, he's got 1 or 2.
Yeah. Tossard with an hat trick for Brighton there as well. Good player him. I think, good midfielder.
Very underrated.
Yeah, definitely. He's in my dream team, by the way. I thought I'd let you know. He's in my dream team.
You told me he wasn't last on Saturday.
Did I?
Yeah.
I showed you it, didn't I?
No.
Oh. Southampton, Everton. So Everton beat Southampton 2-1. Connor Cody, who's got McNeil, the new player, scored for them. And who's that scored for? What's his name? Who scored for Southampton? I can't pronounce his name. Aribo or something, is it? Or Aribo.
Aribo.
Aribo. Like the
one come from Celtic.
Yeah.
I mean Rangers. Rangers, sorry.
Yeah, and your boys, Mike, your boys, West Ham beat Wolves 2-0. Costa come on, didn't he?
Yeah.
We watched that game. He
looked pretty sharp, to be fair. Looked pretty sharp. Not that they had many chances, but he looked pretty sharp for not playing for so long and his age.
Schumacher and Bowen getting the goals, eh?
Yeah. About time.
Yeah. Owen ain't scored for a little while either, but he got one. And then on yesterday, Leeds and Villa was a ball draw 0-0. Another player getting sent off there. And then we're going to talk about the Man City, Man United game, Mike. Leicester and Nottingham Forest are playing as we speak. Monday night football. So is it 0-0 still, Mike?
Yeah.
All right. If they score, let us know if they score while we're on the stream. Man City absolutely destroyed Man United. Great game. Haaland hat-trick. A Foden hat-trick as well. And Haaland's got 3 hat-tricks in 3 games, isn't he?
3 home games, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 hat-tricks in 3 home games.
It's amazing. And what a player. What a player. He's the governor. He's got to be in for a shout of winning like a World Player of the Year. There's no way they're winning the league. And without Mane, I suppose that's going to be...
Salah is crap. Salah is crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
I agree. I did predict...
That is true. You don't realise how much you miss someone when they're not there, and when they're not there and you're playing without them, how it affects your game. And that was... I mean, look at what happened to Chris Sutton. Remember all them years ago, Chris Sutton and Alan Shearer, when they was at Blackburn and they won the Premier League there. I think it was the second Premier League, wasn't it? They won Blackburn. Yeah, I think Man United won the first one, and then was it? Yeah, and then Blackburn won it the year after with Alan Shearer and Chris Sutton. When Shearer went to Newcastle and Sutton, I think he went to Norwich. Did he? I think it was Norwich.
Chelsea.
Yeah. No, Sutton went to. Did he go to Chelsea?
Yeah,
first.
Chelsea. I don't know. I can't remember which order it was. To be fair, I think he started. Did he not start at? Was it young at Norwich? Then went to Blackburn, and then maybe Chelsea.
I can't remember much, to be fair.
Yeah,
I remember when they weren't playing together. I mean, Sutton just
yeah,
sort of fell off the map, didn't he? He didn't play for England again.
yeah.
I think he
He
might
looked
have had
like
a couple of
just a
substitute
normal.
appearances. Eh?
Just looked like a normal
Average
striker.
player, yeah, that's it. See, that's it. And Shearer, like, I mean, he didn't stop scoring, really, but I know he didn't win any more trophies, but he didn't stop scoring for Newcastle. Anyway,
is making
Haaland
the
is making the Premier League a Farmers League.
Yeah, definitely.
He's something else. He's a different gravy. But yeah, brilliant for them. Brilliant for Man City. Absolutely destroying Man United and making them look average. Made Man United look average. Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench. Why is he on the bench, mate?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What do
What?
you think about that?
No, well, I think they should have sold him in the summer then. If Ten Hag didn't want him, because why aren't he playing him?
Yeah,
I think it's ridiculous.
that's what Roy
okay.
Keane was saying. That's what Roy Keane was saying. Why didn't you, he said we kept him as like a backup. You don't keep Ronaldo as a backup. He's not a backup player.
No, he's not. He's not. He's above that. He's, we all know how good he is. How many Ballon d'Ors he won?
Yeah.
How many Ballon d'Ors he won? Was it 4?
Four or 5. But the thing is,
and he's on the bench.
I think, as Roy King said, they're now starting to show him a lot of disrespect by not playing him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, I know he wants to play counter-attacking football, but you still need a vocal point.
Yeah, of course. He's a middle.
Playing with Anthony and Sancho, decent wingers.
Yeah, either side of Ronaldo. Listen, they've also they paid. God no, what was it for Casemiro? They paid all that money for. Why don't they play him? They're playing Eriksen in midfield.
Yeah, holding midfield with McTominay makes no sense.
Yeah, he's a number 10, isn't he? He plays behind the striker.
Their midfield three. It was McTominay, Eriksen, and Fernandes.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. 5 Ronaldo, 7 Messi, Ballon d'Ors.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan, for that information. So you won 5, yeah. I thought it was 4. It's 5, 7. Messi's won 7. I think Alan's going to win a lot. I think Haaland's going to win loads. The way he started,
he's going to win it from now to the probably next 5, 6, 7,
maybe
10 years. He's 20. He's only 22.
Yeah, exactly that. And MP, I don't know if he means Mbappe. What does he mean by
no
that?
Problem.
No. Oh, no problem. Oh, I don't know what all this short texting is. But Mbappe as well. Mbappe, like, they'd be like Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, wouldn't they? They'd be winning it alternate years, probably.
No, I think the only way Mbappe wins it is if he leaves PSG.
Yeah.
I don't think he wins it at PSG.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Because Messi's there, isn't he?
Yeah, but not only that, I just don't think PSG will get the recognition that a Real Madrid, a Barcelona will get. Do you know what I mean? Like Messi could win it by winning the league at Barcelona.
Yeah.
PSG win the league, it's nothing.
Yeah. He might be going back to Barcelona, I've heard. That proves Messi is better. He might be going back. I've heard that. I've heard he might be going back to Barcelona, but where would he fit into that squad? Well, he'd go in front of Lewandowski.
Not in the way of he's finished. He's getting on now, and I think there's no reason anyone could pay his wages now.
No,
you don't bring enough.
No, well, he's got to take a big wage cut, isn't he? He's got to.
Yeah.
Neymar is set to be Ballon d'Or right now. Well, I'm not so sure about that because we had a little. Someone asked us that question, didn't they, Mike?
Yeah.
Remember?
I think. Obviously, for last season, it's got to go to Benzema.
Well, that's what we were saying. And someone asked us that question in the chat a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks, yeah.
And we had to say, I agree with Benzema. What I don't think Neymar's done enough. What's he won? But what's he done?
That's the thing. They win the French league, but they win that nearly every year anyway. So that's not a big achievement for them sort of players. Benzema's won the league, won the Champions League, the amount of goals that he scored, the way he stepped up to the plate.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he wins it now, and at the minute, Haaland's walking it.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
He's got 17 goals. I think it was like 17 goals in 8 games.
Yeah, 8 games they've played now. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
They said if he keeps going at the rate, the goal ratio he's going at now, he ends the season with 102 goals. I know it ain't going to happen, but he's just. If you just look at his goals, even like the goal against yesterday, when the ball come over from De Bruyne, Varane thought he's gone. His big long legs.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. Anyway, right, let's move on from that. Then let's talk about the Arsenal game, the North London derby, Saturday morning. That was brilliant result for Arsenal, and I just had to point one player out that I think is only 21, and he's an unbelievable player, defender, William Saliba. William Saliba, the composure of a man so young. So excuse me, I've got a runny nose. A man so young is unbelievable. I've not seen it. I've said before, like he just reminds me of Tony Adams. Was only 17 when he come and made his debut for Arsenal, and he had that same sort of presence straight away in the team. And by the time he was 21 or 22, 21 or 22, Tony Adams was captain of Arsenal. So I think the way Saliba is, I hope he signs a new contract. I'm praying he signs a new contract because we've got a player there, Mike, and that's been one of our most, lackluster positions over the years. His defence centre back, and now we've got a proper one. I mean, he's outshining Gabriel, and Gabriel was our best centre back last year, and he's outshining him, and he was solid last year. He was solid last year, to be fair. But I think Saliba, he sticks out to me. Granit Xhaka also, I can't stand him. I hated him. All last season, I hated him. This year, it's just like we've got a new player, and it's just unbelievable. Everyone's saying it. On the AFTV, on the Lee Gunner show, on Curtis Shaw, all the Arsenal fan channels, they're all like, thinking, Granit Xhaka. They're all sort of sightings go because we all hated him because he done that, and when he got subbed off, and everyone knows the story. It's no point in keep going over it, but he threw the captain's armband down on the floor and hated him. I didn't want him back.
And you think how close he come to being sold?
He was going to go to Roma.
How close?
He was going to go to Roma. Jose Mourinho wanted him, but he's played in a different role this season. He's not played. He was playing like a number 6 normally, like a sort of defensive stroke, but then he'd drop into the left back position. It was all a bit like mental, but now he's playing like a number 8 box to box, and he's sweeping up. He's doing a better job defending than what he did when he was playing a defensive midfielder. But playing like running up and down the pitch, something else I can't work out. But anyway, and he scored. He scored a nice goal. Martinelli running off of Martinelli. They crossed over each other. Did you remember that goal? Martinelli running the inside. He ran off him, took the ball off him, and bosh, left foot. Brilliant goal.
I think when his head's on it, Xhaka, I remember I've always said to you about this. When his head's on the football, he's a good player. But he's just getting his head on. And it seems like this season, something's
got a new attitude
inside him. Yeah.
He's got a completely new attitude. His attitude is It's amazing. The change. Something's happened somewhere. Something somewhere down the line involved with, whether it's the club or whether it's something's happened in his personal life. His attitude's changed. It's much better.
Yeah.
It's much better attitude, and it's showing it on the pitch. This year, Benzema wins the Dior. I can read it better here, actually. But next year, so far, the top three for the Dior is Neymar, Haaland, Messi. No way. Sorry, no, I've got to disagree with that. I don't think Neymar will win it. I think Haaland will win it next year.
Yeah.
If he carries on playing the way he's playing, Haaland wins it easy.
My top three would be if I had to pick right now, my top three: Haaland, Lewandowski, Neymar.
Yeah.
Leicester have just scored.
Yeah, Leicester have scored.
James Maddison.
Okay. Look at the stats. He's saying, look at the stats. We'll have to have a look at that, Dan. I will have a look at them stats, but I mean, you don't watch a lot of foreign football, to be fair. I don't watch a lot of the French league. I don't watch a lot of the Spanish league either, really, to be fair. Every now and again, I might, if a game's on and nothing else is on, I might watch a Spanish game or a French game.
Stats don't always win it.
I don't like all them stats things because they get them off them stupid FIFA games and that, don't they? Oh, let's watch this. Look, they get all the stats. That's where they got the idea for the stats, and they bring that into the actual football game. They talk about things like XG. What the frick is that? Like expected goals and expected assists and all that shit. It's a load of old bollocks. I just watch it with my eyes. I mean, I can't stand all that fucking crap, man.
And they're trying to break it down way too much now.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Oh, how many times did he take a backward run? How many times did he spin? How many times did he do this? How many times did he do that? What a load of old shit.
With the stats, when they work it out, he's got 97% pass accuracy. All right. 95% of the time, he's passed it backwards.
Exactly that. They were saying the same thing about Odegaard, right? I think it was last season. They were saying about Odegaard, about he's not lost the ball. Did you see that, Mike?
Oh.
What? What's happened?
Wow. 2-0 Leicester.
2-0 Leicester.
2-0 Leicester. Harvey Barnes with a screamer.
Oh wow! You're watching the game. You're lucky, man. Anyway, what was we saying? Oh yeah, they were saying about Odegaard, about his pass percentage, accuracy, but it was always backwards or sideways. They weren't. Then they started talking about pre-assist, like the ball that passes to the player that assists the goal, like a pre-assist. It just drives me insane. All that shit. Just watch the game, mate. You know what I mean? Just watch the players play.
When they, I remember when Man United signed Fernandes, he had his pass accuracy wasn't that good.
Yeah,
it was actually quite not bad, but compared to most strikers, because all of these passes were attempted forwards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, his passes are going through to the striker, so you're not going to get 100% on that. With a holding foot. If he pass it backwards, sideways, anyone can get 100%.
Of course. Neymar's got 11 goals and 8 assists.
That's okay. That is good. Decent. You can't argue with them stats, but
1 minute, Mike. Let's go answer this phone quick. Kel.
You've got to take into consideration the league he's playing in.
On the YouTube.
And how he's impacted the games. I was saying it depends on the league that they're playing in. That's why I said Mbappe will never win Ballon d'Or while at PSG. Because the top leagues, French is not up there.
Yeah.
It's just like the Scottish League. 2 teams battle it out each season.
Yeah, Rangers and Celtic.
and with PSG's money, they should win it every year comfortably.
Yeah. He said he's got 11 goals, 8 assists, but he might be wrong with the assists.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have a look at that then anyway. Okay, let's go back and talk about another player at Arsenal. Thomas Partey. There was an interesting stats about Thomas Partey and all about the amount of games he won and lost when he's been in or not in the side, and it's obviously with him in the side, it makes such a big difference.
It was a thing I heard. I can't remember it. Gabriel Jesus.
Oh yeah, that he's any game he scored in, he hasn't lost. Yeah, for Man City and Arsenal. Yeah,
they were saying he scored in, I think it was 51 different games. He's
for Man
won
City.
50. He's
Drew
won
one.
50. Drew one.
Yeah.
Now that's a stat. And when he scored against Tottenham, that's what they said. When he scores, he don't lose.
It's amazing, isn't it? And I mean, Partey's goal as well. Thomas Partey's goal. The first one, what a screamer! Brilliant goal. It's again the event. They was playing so high, Arsenal, and they was sort of camping in. They was pinning him down because the fullbacks, Ben White and
Zinchenko.
Yeah, they was playing inverted. 2 centre backs, Saliba and Gabriel, was on the halfway line, and the rest of the players, they was camped in Tottenham's half, and the fullbacks were inverted into midfield, and they was just like everyone was there, and they just had the 2 centre backs at the back. At one stage, Ramsdale was halfway up the pitch as well, halfway up between the goal box and the halfway line. He was right there. Because the ball come back over the top, and he was right. He just kicks it back to one of the. I can't remember if it was Gabriel or Saliba, but he was right up the pitch. Because
remember, I said that to you.
I was pinning them in. They couldn't get out.
I said that to you about that's what they're starting to do. The same with City. So it looks like basically it's 2-2-4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like 2 centre backs, then two the wing backs are playing as 2 holding midfield players.
Yeah.
Then the original 2 midfielders are playing halfway line to the forwards rather than worrying what's going on at the back.
I've not seen.
They played well.
I've not seen it like that before. I've not seen such a dominant performance over Spurs, apart from last season. When we went 3-0 up, and I think that was 3-1 that game. I think we said 3-2 on Saturday when we spoke about that game, but I think it was 3-1.
Yeah, I think we did,
but I think we done the difference between that game when we went 3-0 up, we set off them, and we just kept that, and they've got 1 goal back. All right, we still won the game, but I didn't like that. But it just seems to me now that the way they're playing, they're pinning teams in. And we should have done that against United in the last game, but 2 stupid mistakes. That's the danger with your counter attack when you play like that.
Yeah,
and we got caught out, and we did get caught out against United. Maybe we could have got a draw with that game. Oh, I think I might be getting a cold again. I keep getting colds. Anyway, so I think that we played really well. We go on to Liverpool next week. What do you think about top 4 chances now, Mike? I'm starting to feel a bit more confident.
I always, if you remember, go back to the first video. Arsenal made my top 4. When we made our predictions, I put Arsenal in my top 4.
Yeah, I didn't.
Liverpool in England in the World Cup, but I want Messi to win because he's the last one, and I want Neymar to win the Ballon d'Or because he will retire soon. To be fair, if they're the 2 players, obviously Messi will be the best player not to win a World Cup if you don't win it.
Yeah.
And Neymar will probably be the best player not to win a Ballon d'Or if you don't win it again.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, I want England to win the World Cup. And listen, I'm not supporting any other team but England. But I don't think we're going to get out of the group. So for Messi's career, if like if England don't win it, then yeah, why not let Argentina win it and Messi get a World Cup? You know
I think
what I
if he
mean?
wins that, he retires.
Oh, definitely, 100%. He retired this season anyway. I think. How old is he? 35, 34?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does. Well, I think Ronaldo may have gone on a bit too long, but he's still good. He's 37, I think. Thank you,
Yeah, he's
Dan.
still got it though.
Cheers, mate. I've tried, but I've been ill for a long time. I keep getting ill.
Oh wow.
I've got a little medical condition anyway with my breathing, and I'll sort of catch colds all the time. And so I mean, I could be alright for a couple of days, and then boss.
3-0.
Is it? Who's
No,
35? Dan, is that Messi? Yeah, Messi's 35. Okay.
James Maddison.
Yeah, Madison's all right, isn't he? He's playing well again.
Free kick about 20 yards
Was
out.
Leicester bottom? Was Leicester bottom of the league before tonight?
Yeah.
I think they was, weren't they?
Yeah, not won the game.
Yeah, well, they've gone up to second bottom there, and Forest have gone dropped down below them.
Yeah.
Oh, as it stands, they've got 4 points, and Forest have got 4 points.
Yeah.
Wow.
And their goal difference is going to be taking a bit of a beating so far.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so anyone that... What?
Did Liverpool beat 9-0 or was it Bournemouth?
Sorry?
Liverpool won 9-0.
Bournemouth.
Oh, it's Bournemouth, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Bournemouth, wasn't it? And like Salah didn't get any of the goals.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the World Cup.
Yeah.
I think we'll get out of the group. We'll lose the game in the group stages. Who we got? Iraq? Was it Iran? One of them. USA.
I ain't seen the draw, to be fair.
We've got Iraq, USA, and Wales.
Oh, was that the group?
Obviously, yeah.
Oh, see, well, we've got a chance of getting out of the group then. We should be beating them teams easily, really.
Wales would be our hardest game, and we played them last, so...
Yeah, but we won't need to win. We won't need to beat Wales if we beat Iraq and USA.
Well, depending on how Wales get on, then, isn't it, really? If Wales win them both as well, then...
Yeah, top two go through, didn't they?
Yeah, but you don't want to come second because you play the... That's when we'll get knocked out. When we start playing the better teams, is when we'll start coming unstuck.
Yeah.
You start sitting off and respecting them too much.
Want him to go back. Yeah, so Messi, but he has been on fire. So I want him to go back to Barca, win the league, and retire. Also, have you heard he's going back to Barcelona as well, then, Dan? See, sometimes you hear these rumours and they come true. You know what I mean? I thought I can't remember.
But they're going to be able to afford their wages, his wages, though.
Yeah, but if he loves Barcelona, didn't he? He was at the academy there. If they say to me, well, right, come and play one season here, and for half the money or something, you know what I mean? He's on £500,000 a week anyway, isn't he? He's earned this massive. You know what I mean? He's earned his money. What does he need the money for?
Unless they offer him, obviously, a 1-year contract with a coaching role after or something.
Yeah, they could do.
If that's what he wants to do, because obviously Xavi's now manager, his old teammate.
Yeah.
If that's something he wants to do.
All right, so we're going to be back again next Monday. Next Monday with reviewing the weekend's games, and I wanted to ask you out there if anyone sees this on playback or whatever. I'd ask you, Dan, in the chat. What do you think of the name of the show? Because we was trying to find out a name for the show, to make it sound a bit better. Off the Post podcast, we've called it, but we was looking for a name. If anyone's got any ideas, we could probably change the name of the show. Don't know. I think I like the name of that one. What we come up with, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, it's good. Good name.
We did come up with a few.
It's hard to think of a name because there's so many out in there. There's so many of them out there.
Yeah, I ain't copied anybody. I haven't seen anyone called Off the Post podcast, but I've seen some good ones out there. Like the 12th Man. That's Dan Potts. I think that's his name. That's his podcast, what he does. And there's the Football Cherries, which is a good name of the channel. But they've got the what's he called it? The Top 6 podcast or something. One of his ones. There's all different. There's some good ones out there, but we just wanted to think of a name. So we're gonna leave it as Off the Post for now, and then see if anyone can come up with one. You can't think of one. All right, thanks, Dan. If you think of one at a later date, let us know. Anyone want to come on the show and voice their opinions? They can, as long as they're over 18, and they're not too abusive, or anything like that. Anyone can come on. You can get in touch with us. You can find us on the socials. I think we're on Insta. We don't really go on Insta a lot though. We're on Facebook, Twitter. You can search the channel name and you'll find us. And if you want to come on, we can sort out emails and send you a link. So with that, we're going to say goodbye. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you ain't already, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.
See you later, everyone. Dad's football news here. That's all right. That's not a bad one. All right. Thanks, everyone out there. See you later.